up, YouTube? Hairy Vegan Animal here. Today we're gonna be making some vegan galamads, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Hairy Vegan Animal, galamads ain't vegan. They're sentient beings. How the hell are you gonna make vegan galamads? And to that I say, don't worry. Come with me to the kitchen, and I'll show you. So now that we're actually in the kitchen, I'm gonna show you what I was talking about. So we're not using actual galamads. What we're using is oyster mushrooms. And I know because I made these for my grandmother and she thought they were actual scungils. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. Come on over to the bowl. I'll show you exactly how we get it started. Now, step one, after you acquire the oyster mushrooms, what's important is that you start, they're gonna come clumped up like this. They're gonna come clumped. So you gotta take them and almost like you're peeling apart like a flower or something. You just peel them, separate them from the base. You're gonna get nice little scungils just like this, and it's very important to to get the actual feeling like you're eating some fried galamads. So start peeling, and I'm gonna show you how to season them. Now, before I show you guys how to season the oyster galamads, I got a quick message to all the haters out there leaving me comments, and it's a little rhyme I made up, and it goes something like this: keep leaving comments and come at me, bruh. Or we could be friends and we'll share some galamad. Now, the seasoning ingredients is very simple. You're not gonna believe it, but you just take lemon juice, squirt it all over the galamads, a little splash rice wine vinegar, squirt it all over the galamads, not much. And then we're not making an oriental dish here, but a little soy sauce, pour it all over the galamads, and then you gotta mix them around. You can even let them sit for a couple minutes, but let them absorb all that seasoning, all that flavor. You can't go wrong with too much lemon in this dish. It really brings out whatever these things are given. Now, before we actually cook the galamads in the pan, what I like to do is preheat the oven to 700 degrees, and well, it won't let me do that, so we'll just go with something like 375. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that I'm going to be using a wok for this recipe, and the reason being is because it's actually the biggest pan that I have with the most surface area. So if you don't have a wok and you can't, I would use the thing you have with the biggest surface area. That way, the more mushrooms you're making, the more spread out they'll be, and the better you can crisp them up on the pan. And I want to get into something very specific here. This is very important. I don't want you to forget this. When you're making normal galamads, you bread them and then you fry them. But with these, you really, really need to cook the mushrooms first so that they develop. The whole texture changes when you cook the mushrooms. You cannot bread these before you cook them. I've tried it. I've tested it. Don't do it. Now, wait till your wok or your pan, whatever you want, is nice and hot. You can add whatever oil you want. I like avocado oil. The reason being is because the smoke point is actually 500 degrees. I got this as a Christmas gift from my mother. I had no idea, but it's been working well for me. All right, so we're gonna add in, you don't need much, just a splash of the avocado oil. And then, like I said, I take my seasoned scungils and I throw them right in. And you hear that? Now, very, very important. You want to spread them out as much as possible. Look at those. They're looking like little tentacles already. You want to... They're smelling like little tentacles too, huh? You want to spread them out as much as possible. Okay? Press them down. Don't be shy. Press them down. You want to get a nice sear. You hear that noise? That's what you want to hear when you make these. You want to get a nice sear. You want the mushrooms to cook all the way through. Look at that. You press the water right out, it evaporates. Yeah. Oh my God, I could eat one right now. I can eat one right now, but I'm not gonna do it. Look at that. Now you can turn them a couple times. You don't gotta be shy. You know, if they're cooking quick, you just give them a quick turn. Look at that. We got a nice brown on that. Look at that. Oh, they're singing. They're singing. It's like we're at the opera. Get it all out. Get all the water out of the mushrooms. You know, I say that carefully. You don't want to get them all out, but you want a nice crisp on the outside. Look at that. Look at that. If that's not a little squid, I don't know what is. Look at that. If that's not a squid, I don't know what a squid is. It looks like they pulled it right out of the ocean. Wow, just a couple more minutes. While we're gonna leave these for a couple minutes, and while we're doing that, I'm gonna show you batter breading, as I used to call it when I was. That's in another life. I used to call it that. But anyway, you see, I got the Bob's Ivory white wheat flour. Just gonna pour it right into the bowl. You don't need too much. You know, we don't have that many Galamads today, but you just pour it right in, and then you take a little water. I'll tell you what though, this is not like the water that they got in New York. If you want that, you gotta go to New York to get it. I know pizzerias that bring in water just from New York, but that's a story for another time. All right, now you got the water. My mushrooms are they're getting a nice crisp on. We're actually gonna turn that off while we do this. Okay, so you got the water. And now you keep mixing it. You want to get a thick batter on there. And I may have added too much water, so if that's the case, you just add a little more flour. I have like a weird grip on this right now, but it's okay. Alright. Alright. That should be good enough. And then, I'm like a dyslexic over here. And then we're going to make another bowl, just a little bit extra flour, okay? Take the mushrooms into the batter. You know, you might be saying, hairy vegan animal, you didn't add any seasoning to this batter. And I know that. That's because these mushrooms have a ton of flavor, and all we need to do, once, you know, we soak them, give them a nice soak. Like they're taking a bath. You know, or these mushrooms absorb a lot of water. Let them bathe in there for a little bit. Don't be shy. Alright? But this is just step one. Step two. You take your flour, okay? You don't need much. You don't need much. Soak them. Get a nice light breading on them. You don't want too much. You know, you're not eating a corn dog or something. You're making Galamads on the pan like that. You know, if you want to make them real nice, you do them individually. Don't forget these to spread them out on the pan. That way they cook nice. I can't. You know, one of the things I miss about not being vegan was, I must admit, I admit it. I miss a nice piece of fish now and again, but you know, this will do just fine. This will do just fine. Look at that. Look at that. Even Mario Badali might get confused I bring these to him. He might think they're real Galamads. Okay? Now, I've actually prepared a marinara sauce, but you know, we might save that for another video because that's a whole science in itself. If you're still buying the jarred sauce, then get the hell off my channel. How about that? You know, I was at the supermarket the other day and I was looking at the jarred sauce and I was like, who still buys this shit? Who still buys this shit? Who buys ragu? You tell me who buys ragu. Tell me. They're staying on this earth, I'll tell you that. Anyway, just keep breading. You know, sometimes I have to add a little more flour. My hands are a little dirty, so, you know, don't make fun of my grip, all right? I was like, grip your fucking neck. How about that? You want to get these nice and breaded. You know, I might just get fuck it. Throw them in. Throw them in. Just toss them around. Toss them around. Look at that. Look at that. You know, I don't know if this is healthy enough to go on the school lunch menu, but it's gonna be delicious. I know that much. All right. All right. Now, I gotta rinse my hands. My hands are rinsed. You know, take a little, what the fuck? Take a little paper towel to dry them off. If I wanted to be more environmentally friendly, I could have used a dish towel, and I should have done that, but fuck it, what are you gonna do at this point, huh? Anyway, now, I got the Galamads. I take some sea salt. I used to have the pink Himalayan. I ran out. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get it again, alright? This is what I got. This iodized shit, diamond crystal. I don't even know what this is. But anyway, sprinkle it on. Just need to coat the outside with some salt, alright? You don't need much. The mushrooms have the flavor in, alright? You might want to turn them over, alright? Mix them around. Give them another coat. You don't want to coat them in salt. You just want to touch them in salt. All right, now, into the oven they go. Bye-bye, little scungils. Now, I gotta be honest, I don't have the time for this. I don't know how long this is gonna take. But if you got a modded oven like I do, I got this at Home Depot, I think around $200. Was it $200? Maybe $300, I don't know. But $400, all right, I don't know what my wife does. She takes the credit card, I don't know what she does. She tells me it was $200, I thought it was $200. But anyway, turn the light on. You want to stop them when the batter is nice and golden brown. So we'll check back on those in about 10 minutes. I would check them check them at the 10-minute mark, and then, every couple minutes after that. Come on, get the fucking camera ready. Oh, hey, we're back, and the Galamads are done. I just want to show you, these came out beautiful. They look like real Galamads. It's like I went out to eat at a Italian restaurant or something like that. Let me show you how we eat them over here at the Hairy Vegan Animal household, okay? You find the crispiest one. Now, make no mistake, guys. These are crispy, all right? Look, listen to this crunch. You ready? You hear that? It's like... All right? Make no mistake about it. You take this, you dip it in the marinade. Excellente. All right. This has been Hairy Vegan Animal, how to make vegan Galamads. I hope I turned you unbelievers into believers here in this video. If you liked it, what do they say in YouTube? You like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, all right?